And welcome back to another episode of PC 419. We have the MSI GT75VR. What a fantastic laptop it's been so far. I've had about a month or so now. MSI have lent it to me, which I've been using as a daily driver. Gotta say, it's a beast of a machine, but let's get more into it. Let's get more into the specs, benchmarking, and let's see how it really performs. So the GT75VR Titan has a new arrow-shaped design, heightened aggressive appeal, elevated palm rest, and better ergonomics. So the SteelSeries per key RGB backlit key is controlled with an SSE software, and the per key can be changed and with animation effects up to 16.7 million colors. The MSI GT75VR is housing a 120Hz screen with a 3 millisecond response rate. Most other laptops in the market in comparison have a regular IPS screen which have up to an 8.3 milliseconds in response time. So MSI's SteelSeries keyboard is a rapid mechanical RGB keyboard by SteelSeries with a 3mm travel, a 1.5mm actuation and a 25% faster trigger. So enhanced 2.1 channel speakers, sound by Don Audio speaker system with a 30% better sound detail on stage. The GT75 is housing a GTX 1080 which is obviously ready for VR, which can support both Oculus and Vive headsets. Enjoy a smooth and immersive VR experience with the GT75 VR. Alright, so we've taken the back cover off the GT75 VR, and as I can see here, pretty much looks identical to the GT73. I cannot see much of a difference between the two. We'll go through the components very quickly. You see the 1080 GTX right here, full-size desktop GPU, the 7820HK CPU. We're missing the RAM slots here. Obviously the other two 16 gigs must be on the other side of the keyboard cover. Let's go through the heatsinks on the 1080. As you can see, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 directly over the GPU, and it's got 1 and 2 here over the VRMs, exhausting it through the CPU fan. The CPU itself has 1, 2, 3 heatsinks, which is actually awesome. The temperatures on this were actually pretty good, I've got to admit. This is a combo SSD combo, so it's a hard drive and M.2 combo. You got two M.2 slots here, carrying 256 gig each. Obviously that's been fantastic. And then you've got the hard drive here, which is a 1 terabyte. Here's your battery, 5000 milliamp battery. It's pretty good. I've really got to admit, it's got a lot of space for upgrades. So if you do want to upgrade later on in the future, this would be the laptop for you. I can't say much more about it, apart from that. Heat dissipation is fantastic. The reason why is obviously this laptop is so thick. As you can see, the fan is actually massive. It's about 1 inch. It's about a 1 inch thick fan here. Yeah, so let's continue on with the benchmarks. And that concludes another episode of PC 419. What do you think of the GT75 VR specs and benchmarks? Let us know in the comments below. PC4 give our star ratings. We do have our stars, so I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5 stars. Reason being, numpad, it's a bit too thin, it's not a full-size numpad, which I do prefer in a flagship laptop. I do think it should have a full-size numpad. Secondly is the sheer thickness of the laptop. MSI GT series have been thickness to get the heat dissipation error right out, which is completely understandable, but we are in 2018, so hopefully in the next flagship laptop they will make it slightly bit thinner. We'll see how it goes, so we'll see what MSI happens there. Thank you MSI for sending out the GT75VR for PC419. Really appreciate it, guys. If you haven't liked our social media pages, do join in. All the descriptions below. If you like having Talking Tech is every Tuesday night at 8 PM on Twitch, and that will be in the description as well. And guys, I'll see you in the next one.